What's up, you guys? Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Amy.
Hi!
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's hot today. It's like 100 degrees outside.
It is very hot.
I'm just like hiding in my cave today.
That's how I feel.
How is it up there? Is it hotter up in Oceanside, or is it a little cooler because you're by the beach?
Let me see. It is. Let me look. It says 81.
Okay.
So you're probably hotter, North Park area.
I have no, it's so hot. It feels like it's 90 degrees. I have no idea, but I'm like dying. I know.
Like,
it's good to see your face. Hi, Lane. Cool. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna give this another minute. Wait for a couple more people to join in. It looks like oh, what's up, Emerson? How are you, babe? Oh, so cute. Cool.
So yeah, this is why I have no video, because I run in and out of exercise.
Right? You're like, I'm trying to deal with these.
Yeah.
I do it without video because my dog, he likes to join.
True. It's true.
Always something in the way. What's up, Lindsay? Cool. All right, you guys. I'm just gonna wait one more before we get started, just in case anyone is entering late. It looks like I have to like admit everybody individually, so I'm just gonna wait a minute in case anyone's trying to enter late. And while I do that, I will go through the there's one more, the format. So we're doing 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, like I've been doing, but today we're gonna do 9-minute blocks. So it's gonna be 3 exercises that you repeat 3 sets through. Cool. So the first one's kind of your warm-up set. Can you guys all hear me good? Amy, I'm on your video right now. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well? Volume's good? Okay, cool. So if you guys want to put on your own music, go ahead and do that. I can't play music or it messes up the audio, but if you want to put on some tunes, do that. First exercise I'm going to show you real quick. You're on your hands and knees, and we're going for bird dog. So opposite arm and leg, and you're going to tuck the elbow to knee, and you're rounding your spine, and then you're going to lengthen out. So that's your first one. We have 45 seconds on the right, 45 seconds on the left, and then I'll show you the third exercise when we get there. So get ready to start. You can start with either side. I'm going to take my left leg back, right arm forward, and we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to round the spine, exhale, tuck and curl, and then inhale, lengthen the arm and leg back out. So I'm kind of pushing my palm into the mat, but really lifting up away from it at the same time so that I'm not sinking into this left shoulder. When my leg goes back, I want to keep it parallel so that the bones on the top of my foot are pointing downward rather than out to the side. And I'm trying to keep those hips and shoulders really square. I get a nice stretch in the lower back, good mobility in the spine, and we're here for just about 10 more seconds. Good, keep breathing. We have 7 seconds, and we're gonna switch sides. We have that transition in 3, 2, and 1, and go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to that second side. It's going to be whichever leg you chose. I have the right leg back, left arm forward. We're going to start that in 6 seconds. Same thing, opposite side in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Exhale, tuck and round, and then inhale, lengthen the arm and leg back out. So I want to keep that right elbow softly bent, rotating in towards the midline so that I'm not allowing the elbow to flare outward. Keep moving with that breath, and these ones are slow. We're just getting the blood flowing, getting the body moving. When the leg goes back, I want to make sure I'm not lifting it so high that my back is arching. So I'm focusing more on lengthening the leg and less of lifting the leg. We have 10 seconds to go here. The third exercise is a standing exercise. We'll come there in 5 seconds. On your feet in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So wide stance like a sumo squat. Legs are wide, knees and toes turned out. Hands go behind the head. We have a prisoner squat. So you're just going to lower down, side bend one way, come back center, and stand up. And then the next set, you'll go to the other side. We start in 3, 2, 1. So we squat, side bend, come back center, and then rise. So as I go into that squat, I want to make sure the spine is staying upright. So I'm not hinging, I'm just lowering down. My whole shape lowers down, and then side bend, come back center, and rise up. So my ears, shoulders, ribs, and hips are all stacked in that perfectly straight line. When I go into that side bend, it's equal weight through both feet the entire way, so that I'm not allowing any weight transfer. So my legs are really stable in that squat while I side bend. You're here for about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna go back to that bird dog. So we do this sequence 3 times. Remember, this first one's kind of your warm up. It's gonna get a little more intense on the next block. Go ahead and rest. We're coming back down onto the mat. So hands and knees, we'll go back to that first side of bird dog. So I have my left leg back, right arm forward in 3, 2, and 1. We do it again. So on the second round through, find something that challenges you. Maybe you're rounding a little bit more. Maybe you're reaching a little bit longer. Maybe you're just focusing more, but really connect into what we're doing. For every exercise, you're doing a lot of reps, 3 sets through, so you get plenty of chances to repeat the movements. So we're really, really focusing on the quality of the movement. So on this one, again, focus on keeping the shoulders and the hips square. And rounding the spine as much as you can. So you're going for that big stretch in your backside. The more contraction you can get on that front side body, the more of a stretch you're going to get on the back side. So notice how the spine starts to move a little more. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So if you started on that same side as me, it'll be left arm, right leg. Otherwise, it's the opposite. And we start in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Exhale, tuck and round, and inhale, lengthen. So I'm reaching my fingertips and toes in opposite directions, taking up as much room as I can on that inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm trying to curl up and around, getting as small as I possibly can. And let the neck actually start the movement. So you want to start with the tuck of your chin to your chest, and then finish with your gaze right in front of your supporting middle finger. So like right in front of your hand, that same line. And you're here for 15 more seconds. Exhale, tuck around, inhale, lengthen. We're here for 8 seconds. We're coming back to standing for that prisoner squat side bend in 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. Now on this one from the side, again, just make sure that we're here rather than here. So we're staying vertical through that spine. We're gonna start that in about 5 seconds. Legs turned out, hands behind the head in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Squat down, side bend one way, come back center, and then rise up. Squeeze your sit bones as you rise up. When you go into that side bend, you're gonna feel one side oblique area engage as the other one lengthens. So I'm really squeezing this left side, coming back center and coming up. So we get legs, core, a little bit of a heart rate increase here just by changing the levels up and down so often. Keep going here. We have 20 seconds left, and then we're gonna go through one more round of this warm-up circuit, and then we're gonna keep this same format, but switch out the exercises. It gets a little bit more intense as it goes on, so enjoy this one while you can. Start to sink a little deeper in that squat. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest, hit the mat. We're doing that one more time. So 3 more minutes in this warm-up circuit, and then we'll switch it out. We start in 5 seconds. Left leg back, right arm forward in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Exhale, tuck in around, and inhale, lengthen back out. So again, focus on lengthening the fingertips and toes in opposite directions. So not so much about the lift of the leg, but that reach back. Feeling that into my glute and hamstring with that back leg. And then a little bit of actually leg work in that supporting side also. I can feel what's happening there to keep my hips square. 20 seconds left. Now I can actually make that connection of my elbow to knee as my spine starts to loosen up a little bit, getting more mobility here. Make that connection, squeeze the elbow to knee, and we have 8 seconds. We'll rest again in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up and rest. We'll do that one more time on the other side. And then we have that one more set of prisoner squats. So back to quadruped, hands and knees. We'll take the right leg back, left arm forward. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Exhale, tuck and round. And inhale, reach and lengthen. Tuck the chin to the chest as you come into that little ball. You're looking at the connection of your elbow to knee. And then as you lengthen out, you're looking just right in front of your hand. See if you can round more, reach more, breathe deeper. Focus on that center line like you're on a tightrope. Stay nice and centered. We have 15 seconds, a few more reps here. Great stretch on the entire backside as we wake up that front body. We're here for 8 seconds. Get ready for standing in 3, 2, 1, and come on up. Prisoner squats one more time. So legs out wide. Now again, it's not super awkwardly wide, just wider than hip distance. Hands are behind the head, legs are turned out, and we're starting in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So we squat down, side bend, come center, and rise. Now on this third set, start to go deeper into your squats, maybe further into that side bend. Focus on staying stacked from ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, knees to ankles. Your whole body, all of those joints are stacked in a perfectly vertical alignment. And we are about halfway. 20 seconds left here. Waking up the side bodies, getting into the thighs and the glutes. Feel a little bit of arm work here with my arms up overhead as well. And we have 10 seconds to go. Next exercise is a bridge. I'm going to use the reformer behind me, but you can use a wall or a couch, or you can bridge with your feet on the floor. If you have something to put your feet up on, do that. Move there now. We have 10 seconds. We have one bridge with one tuck at the top. So either heels on feet on the wall, heels on a couch, or feet flat on the mat. We start in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to roll up, lower down an inch, up an inch, and roll back down. Articulate up, down an inch, up an inch, and all the way down. So I'm articulating, but I'm going faster than we would normally. Usually we go like really slow on articulation and focus on counting every bone. For this one, I want you to go a little faster than that. So it's like a quick tuck, lift, a little tuck down an inch, up an inch, and then all the way down. Full range, down an inch, up an inch, and all the way down. The next one is going to be a squat. So we're back to standing, but we're going to do this same little pulse, except it will be at the bottom of the squat. We have a couple more reps. Okay, and go ahead and rest. So come up to your feet. We're going to go hip distance apart. Now we're going to squat down, pulse up an inch, down an inch, and then all the way up. So feet are just hip distance, arms down by our sides. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to reach forward as we squat, lift up an inch, down an inch, and then rise all the way up, arms go down. Back into your squat, up an inch, down an inch, all the way up, and back down. So when I squat, I have a neutral curve to the spine. When I stand, I'm squeezing that space between my ribs and hip bones slightly closer together at the top. Don't forget that little pulse at the bottom. 20 seconds, about halfway there. One pulse, one full range. Next exercise, we're going prone. So we're lying down, face down on the mat. We have 10 seconds and we'll switch. So this one's all lower body. We have 5 seconds and we go down to the mat in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so next one's kind of different. Heel squeeze prone position. So feet together. My hands are in a diamond shape, or I can go genie arms. What I'm gonna do is rock over onto my right hip, lift my left one, and then switch. Rock onto the left hip, lift the right one. We start in 3, 2, 1. So you're rocking the lower body side to side, and you're trying to keep the upper body still. So to start, my hip is like barely lifting. So lifting maybe 3, 4 inches. As I lift my right hip, I'm squeezing the right glute. And as I lift that left hip, I am squeezing that left glute. Try to keep the shoulders pretty square. You have to push into your arms quite a lot to keep those shoulders square. Your abs are tight, belly is lifting. We're here for 15 seconds. Start to open it up a little bit more as you get into it. 10 seconds and we go back to our bridge. Okay, we're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to your bridge. We have that little pulse at the top. 10 seconds and we start. For that bridge, you want to start with your knees right over your hips. You could do straight arms or T-Rex arms. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Roll it up, go down an inch, up an inch, and right back down. Roll it up, down an inch, up an inch, and roll back down. So this is 9 minutes of straight leg work. Now on this bridge, it's not just your legs that's working, your core is working here as well. You're really drawing that navel towards the spine as you lift, keeping the pelvic floor muscles active as you tuck up, keeping that scooped, rounded shape. And we have about 15 seconds. Keep working with these bridges. I feel a lot of hamstring and glute on this one. Try to keep that core tight the whole time. You have 5 seconds. Let's do one more. And we rest in 3, 2, and 1. Come on up to standing. That's like the most awkward transition. Roll yourself out of that and come up to standing. Feet hip distance apart. We have that 1 1/4 squat. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. So we lower into the squat. We come up an inch, down an inch, and then all the way up and back down. As I go into the squat, I'm reaching my sit bones and sternum in 2 opposite directions, creating that big diagonal line. And the fingers are staying squeezed together. Drawing through the heels as I stand up and really tucking the hips and ribs at the top. Sink down a little deeper with each movement and stay connected to your breath. Every time you go down, it's an inhale. Every time you lift up, it's an exhale. And then just whether it's your small or large range of motion. 10 seconds left. We're going to go into that prone rocking side to side. Okay, we go there in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back onto your belly. So you can make that diamond shape with your hands. You can cross arms and go genie arms, whatever feels good. Heels together, toes apart. I'm going to tuck the pelvis down into the mat, and that's going to protect my low back so it's not arched. We start in 3, 2, 1. Rock to one side, squeeze the glute, lower, and switch. Lower, and switch. So it's not fast, no momentum. You want to hold that squeeze for a second, control it to center, and then switch. Your eyes stay looking right in between your hands. So you're pushing one hip bone down as you rotate the other one open, trying to drive that knee up toward the ceiling. So you're really externally rotating that leg, getting the muscles on the side of the glute and hip. 10 seconds here. Keep pushing up away from the mat. I just noticed I'm totally sinking down into the shoulders, and the body wants to do that. So check in and push back away. We have 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more set, back to the bridge. So we're going feet on the wall, or the couch, or the mat. We have 1 1/4 rep in 5. Last time in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We roll it up, down an inch, up an inch, and roll back down. All the way up, down an inch, up an inch, and roll back down. So if your feet are on a couch or a bench or a chair or something, you want your feet flexed. If you're against the wall, you don't have a choice. Your feet are going to be held in that good position so that your heels and toes are both against the wall. Control each movement. Stay connected to that breath. Hips level the whole way. Roll up, down an inch, up an inch, roll down. We have about 10 seconds. Keep working here. This is the last round of these. See if you can lift higher, squeeze harder. Push yourself for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. Come up onto your feet. One more set with that 1 1/4 squat. So feet hip bone distance apart. Last time with these guys, we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Down into that squat. We rise up an inch, down an inch, and then all the way back up. So my sit bones are reaching back and down. I'm trying to sit on that machine behind me as I reach the fingertips forward and keep the chest lifting upward. So I have that diagonal spinal alignment, neutral curve to the spine on the way down. When I come up, I want to tuck those ribs and hips together. Equal weight through all 10 toes. And again, really drive through the heels as you come to standing, activating the back side of those legs. We have 15 seconds to go here. We're going to do that prone rocking one more time. Then we're going to go back to a unilateral single side exercise for the next block. We have 5 seconds. and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back onto the mat. Prone position one more time. So prone just means face down. Then we're going to bring the legs into that heel squeeze prone position. So heels are squeezed together. You can have toes and heels together if you like also. They're both good. Just try and see what you like. And let's go ahead and start. We roll onto the right hip, squeeze the left glute. Come down, roll onto the left hip, squeeze the right glute. And keep going. Exhale when you lift that hip up. Inhale back to center. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, center. And keep your abs braced like you're about to get punched the entire time. And that's going to help you to keep your low back protected. Okay, we have 20 seconds to go here. Push up away from the mat with your upper body so that we're not sinking down into the shoulders. Remember, these do not have to be big. This is a pretty tough one. 10 seconds to go, and we are standing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Next one is a curtsy lunge to a leg lift. So you are going to start with your left leg, stepping back into a curtsy. You're going to come up and lift that left leg. Step it back. Come up and lift. We start in 3, 2, 1. So for the curtsy, I hinge. I'm in that diagonal, then I come up and lift the leg up. If I want a little more support, I'm going to tap the toe, lift the leg, tap the toe, and go to the curtsy. So tapping every time in between gives you a little bit more stability. You can kind of check in, balance, then lift. So it's more controlled. If you want to go straight into that leg lift, totally cool to do that. Just make sure that we're not sinking into this right hip. You're lifting yourself up out of the hip. We have 15 seconds to go. We'll switch sides. Drive through that heel as you come up, and then when you lift the leg, make sure that your hips aren't moving. It's not a side bend. It's a small controlled lift with the flexed foot. Go ahead and rest. We have 15 seconds, and we'll switch sides. So next on that right leg is going to step back into your curtsy. You can come up and tap the toe and then lift the leg, or you can go straight into the leg lift. And we start in 3, 2, and 1. So left leg steps back, right leg rather. And then come up, lift that right leg up. So step back, come up, and lift the leg. When I go into that leg lift, I want to make sure the foot's flexed and parallel. So I'm not allowing that toe to point up to the ceiling. It is actually pointing down, and my heel is driving up to the ceiling. So it's a little internal rotation as you lift that right leg up. You have 20 seconds to go here. Big deep lunge. You want to step that back leg back pretty far. And then just avoid rounding the shoulders forward. So chest stays up the whole time. Little hinge without rounding. So that hinge comes from the hip. Spine stays still. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next one is a runner's lunge with rotation. So you start in a plank position. You're going to step one foot outside the hand, twist, come back to your lunge, back to your plank, and switch. We start in 5 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to step outside my right hand, open the right arm up, come back to plank and switch. This is a great mobility exercise for the hips, for the spine, for the shoulders. 30 seconds to go here. That back leg is pretty straight. You're going to drive that heel through the wall behind you and reach your fingertips straight through the ceiling as the opposite hand is pushing down into the floor. Okay, 15 seconds. We're going back to that standing curtsy. Less than 10. Keep going. Try to even yourself out. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to standing. We're going to go curtsy to leg lift. The left leg is stepping back. Remember, when you go into that curtsy, we want to make sure we're here rather than here. So keep that chest up. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Left leg curtsies back. Come up to standing. Little leg lift. 1 curtsy and 1 leg lift. Now remember, you do not have to go fast on these. You're doing 3 sets per side. That's a lot of reps, so don't rush it. Go slow. Focus on controlling the movements, moving with your breath. So we exhale to standing, lift the leg up. Inhale as you go into the curtsy. Exhale, come up, lift the leg. Inhale into that curtsy. Keep the core muscles tight so that we're not sinking into that low back. We have about 10 seconds to go here. You can tap that toe each time or just go straight into that side leg lift. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. We'll do that second side. So next one, see right leg stepping back. 10 seconds. And we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So our right leg steps back, come up, flex the foot, lift, and lower. Stay connected to that breath. Your shoulders are down away from the ears. If you need to modify the arms, you can totally change the arms. I like them here so I can feel that they're pretty level and square. Definitely when I lift the leg up, the hands are bringing some feedback so I can feel that this right hip is not hiking up. I'm keeping that space between my ribs and hips really long. The torso isn't changing shape at all. It stays there the whole way. Just the legs move. 15 seconds. We're going to go back into that runner's lunge with a twist. 7 seconds. Let's go for one more rep. We rest in 3, 2, and 1. Down onto the mat. We're going to go runner's lunge with rotation. 10 seconds. We'll start in that plank position. And you can always do this from kneeling if you need to as well. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Step out, wide lunge. Twist, back to center, quick plank, and then switch. So you're holding that plank for just a half second before you switch. Focus on pushing one arm down as you reach the other one straight up through the ceiling, opening the chest all the way up towards the wall. Remember that foot steps way outside your mat, so it's going like 1 or 2 palm distances away from your hand. 15 seconds. And keep working, guys. You have 10 seconds to go here. We're going to go through that block one more time. And we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and come on up. We're going to do it one more time, starting with the left leg stepping back. 10 seconds, and we'll get started. Round 3, and then we'll switch up those exercises again. Next one is all back and abs. We have 3, 2, and 1. Left leg steps back, come up, little leg lift, and tap down. Curtsy, tap, leg lift, and tap. You can take that tap out if you want. Now by this third round, now that you know what you're doing, try to find something that challenges you. Is it lifting the leg higher? Is it widening your stance on the curtsy? Is it breathing deeper? Maybe slower. Maybe just focusing on what muscles are working. Feel what's happening in the body. Lower body and core stay engaged here. And we have 10 more seconds. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go for one more rep. We rest in 3, 2, 1, and rest. We have one more set on that second side. 10 seconds and we start. Last time with this curtsy leg lift. Okay, we start in 4, right leg back. 3, 2, and 1. Right leg crosses back. Come to standing, woo, and lift that right leg up. You'll probably notice that one side is a lot more challenging to balance than the other. That's good. That's a chance to bring more balance into that less dominant side. Having to work just as hard and for just as long as that dominant side has to. So eventually over time, the more we do these single-sided exercises, the more balance we create. It's also just a really good chance to identify which side is more stable. Sometimes your stronger side, your dominant side, is not your more stable side. We have 10 seconds left here. It's kind of just interesting to see if you can attribute some of those imbalances maybe to your postures, how you sit, how you stand, how you sleep. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, one more time with that runner's lunge to rotation. Last time, start in your plank. We start in about 5 seconds. Pull up to that plank in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Step the right leg out, twist right, come back to your mat, find your plank and switch. Left leg out, twist left. Come back to plank and switch. So last time with these, maybe reach a little higher, maybe step a little further forward. And we're about halfway there. Make sure that back leg is straight, reaching the heel through the wall behind you. And you're looking towards your hand. You want to look up as you rotate. Okay, we have 15 seconds left here. The next exercise, you're in a prone position, lying down face down. I'm just going to show you from a standing position what we're doing with the arms. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're lying down face down, arms straight up. You're going to lift the chest, bend the elbows, lengthen the arms, and then lower the chest. We started 8 seconds, all the way down, straight arms, straight legs. We started 3, 2, and 1. So my chest and arms lift, and I squeeze my shoulder blades, both arms, lengthen the arms, and then lower the head. Lift, squeeze, lengthen, and lower. Now my legs are active, but they're not lifting off the mat. So like the inside of my feet, the big toe edge is pressing down, my knees are lifted, and my pubic bone is gently tucked down into the mat. I'm not really lifting that high, or else I'm going to feel my low back take over. I can really feel that movement happening from the rib cage, like above the ribs around the bra line area. And the low back staying still. My core is helping, my abs are helping to brace and protect that area. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, on your back, we have a dead bug variation. So you're going to take your legs in tabletop, flex the feet, and you're going to lift the chest up. That was my mat. If you're sweaty, your mat is going to fart right now a lot. Okay, you're going to take your same arm and leg reach, and then come back to center. We start at 3, 2, and 1. So right arm and leg lengthen, come back to center, and then switch, come back to center. Inhale, reach, exhale, bend. So I'm lifted the entire time. I'm touching the elbows to the knees, or aiming to touch the elbows to the knees. Sometimes that's not always possible, but by your third set, I want to see you a little bit closer. Every time the leg comes in, lift your chest up even higher. And keep going here. Our next variation is a plank position. We just have plank hip dips. You can do that from a forearm plank or from a high plank. You have 6 seconds. Keep working for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so high or low plank, that's your call. We're going into hip dip. So I'm just going to rotate my hips up and over to the right, up and over to the left, keeping my shoulders square. We start in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up and over to the left, up and over to the right. So I'm kind of pivoting on my toes. And there's a few ways you can do this. You can stack the feet, so one is actually on top of the other. Or you can keep all 10 toes down onto the mat and just kind of rock side to side. Depending on what you have on your feet, what kind of mat or surface you're on, that can all kind of change what you're doing here. Just find something that works for you. And you want to feel that into your side abdominals. I'm stacking the feet all the way, and as I dip down, I can feel really into that space between the rib and hip. You want to feel just a little more rotation, a little more range with each rep. Okay, we have 8 seconds, and we're back down on our belly. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So back to the back bow. So legs are straight, arms are straight. We're going to lift the arms and chest, and then squeeze those shoulder blades together. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Lift, big squeeze, lengthened arms, and lower. So again, my kneecaps are lifted up. The back of my legs are gently engaged, so I'm not super squeezing them, but they're active. They're not just like relaxed and hanging out. I'm trying to lift the navel upward towards the spine, especially as I lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Again, to support and lengthen that lumbar or low back area. It's really easy to do these wrong and go for like this huge range of motion where the low back is doing all the work. And you can very easily injure yourself that way. So super important here that you're bracing through that area, not moving the low back, moving from the mid back. So it's not that big. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are on our back. We have that dead bug variation. So legs up in tabletop, elbows to knees. We're going to start that in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Reach the arm and leg long. Exhale back to center. So I open the palm as I reach back and then make a fist as I squeeze the elbow to knee. I actually do that on the previous exercise also. I feel like it makes a little bit more work happen instead of arm in the back. You use that breath. Exhale to your center. Inhale as you lengthen. Curl up even higher. Make that connection of your elbow to your knee. You should be looking like right in between those thighs, mid-thigh area. Lift up another inch. We have 15 seconds. Back into those hip dips in 10. Move that mid back down, drive the navel down. And we have 3, 2, 1, and rest. This feels extra hard today, you guys. Is it just me or no? Okay, we have 7 seconds. And we're going back into that side plank hip dip in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up and over to one side, up and over to the other. So just avoid dipping into the shoulders. You want to keep just looking center. So you're looking right in between those hands, letting the lower body rotate, but keeping the upper body stable. Pelvis and ribs stay slightly tucked the entire time so that we're not sinking into that low back or arching at all. If anything, you want to be more rounded for your spine. 20 seconds here. So to twist a little deeper, pivoting all the way onto the outside blade of the foot. 10 seconds to go. We're going to go back through that all one more time. And this is our second to last block. There's only one more after this. We have 3, 2, 1, rest. We have that combo one more time. That sequence is 3. And then we have one more block. So back into the back bow. Arms straight, legs straight. My legs stay down. If you want to pick it up a notch on this last one, you can lift the legs. We have 3, 2, 1. Lift, bend, reach, and lower. So what I do is I lift with open palms, and then I make 2 fists as I come out to that goalpost, really squeezing those back muscles, and then open the palms as I lengthen, and then lower. You can try that if you like it. Again, you can lift your legs up if you like more glute and hamstring activation. Just be mindful that we're not using a low back to elevate the legs. We have 15 seconds. Arms super straight as you reach back forward. Fingertips go through the wall in front of you, and then you squeeze those shoulder blades to touch. Reach back forward and lower. Almost there, guys. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. On your back, one more time with that dead bug. 10 seconds here. We'll take the legs up to tabletop, except they're separated, so they're not glued together. Elbows to knees, feet are flexed. We start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lengthen arm and leg. Exhale back to center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Stay lifted the entire time. See if you can come up even higher on this last set. Strong breathing, audible exhale as you squeeze everything to the midline. Inhale as you lengthen everything from that center. 15 seconds, curl higher. Parallel feet, check in, make sure your toes are pointing straight up rather than out. And we have 10 seconds to go. Curl up another inch, get those shoulder blades up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, we're going into that side plank hip dip. One more time. Not side plank, center plank. My brain was somewhere else right now. We start in 4, 3, 2, center plank, hip dip. Here we go. To the right, up and over to the left. Up and over to the right, up and over to the left. Keep switching side to side. Now maybe on this last one you're going faster, maybe you're going slower. Maybe you're going bigger range of motion, or maybe you're going smaller range of motion. Whatever allows you to feel this the most is where I want you to take it. Keep the spine pretty round. You're pushing up away from the mat. If you're on those elbows, your hip may even be touching the mat. You have 10 seconds to go here. We're going into a sideline position on this next one. I'm going to go on my right side, lying on my right side in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it rest. Okay, so lying on my right side, if I want to do this kneeling, we can do it here too. It's going to be a lot more intense. Just remember your 3 sets. What I'm going to do is take my left leg, bend it, straighten it, lift it. We start in 3, 2, 1. So one knee bend, straighten the leg out, lift it up. Inhale, bend, exhale, press and lift. Now what I want to focus on here is the space between my ribs and hips, not moving. My leg moves, obviously, but the rest of my body is going to want to, and I want to try as best as I can to keep that area still. So even if that means this leg moves left, that's good, because you're still here. We're not letting the waistline shore in, we're not letting the hips or the spine move, only that leg. So a lot of work happening to stabilize the upper body as you move that left leg. We have 10 seconds here. So this one we have right and left, and then we have another ab exercise. We have 5 seconds, and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and let's go ahead and switch sides. So now we're gonna lie on that left side, right leg is working. 10 seconds, when we start. Remember, if you wanna come up onto you can do it for the second set or the third set. We start in 3, 2, and 1. So flex the foot, bend, lengthen, and lift. Bend, lengthen, and lift. Now, I'm keeping my eyes at my foot because this leg that's working right now, mine really likes to turn out. So I'm checking in, just making sure it's parallel. You can do that if you need to. If you can feel that the work is happening in the right area, you can look straight forward. If the neck is bothering you, you can look down toward that left elbow. Just make sure you're not rounding the chest down. Again, sometimes a smaller range of motion with the leg allows you to find more stability in the rest of your body. So just remember, it never has to be huge. It's not about the range. It's about the control and the precision. We're here for 5 seconds. Keep the core muscles tight. We're here for 3, 2, 1, on your back. Next one, your legs are in an L. Your chest, my feet are flexed, your chest is lifted. We're gonna lower the chest, lift the chest, switch the legs. Lower, lift, switch. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So start lifted. Lower down, lift the chest, switch. Do it again. Lower, lift, and switch. Now again, if you're sweaty like I am, this is one of those exercises that your mat is going to start making noise. So good thing your audio is muted. Mine is not. I promise you, I'm not over here partying. It is my back on mat. Pretty gross, but it's happening. We're lowering, lifting, switching. Lowering, lifting, switching. 15 seconds to go. Keep your feet flexed. Drive that navel down as you lift your sternum up. Down, up, and switch. 10 seconds to go. Keep the elbows wide. Chin is off the chest. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to that first side. So we're going to lie down onto our right side. Left leg is working. We have 2 more rounds of that. We are almost done with this workout. We have 5 seconds. We start back over in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So my left leg bends, lengthens, lifts. Bend, lengthen, lift. Now, less momentum, more control. So we're not just swinging that leg around. I want you to feel every movement. Stop at each point, bend, pause, straighten, pause, lift, pause. So we're not just swinging that leg around. Go slow. You can use that top hand on the mat. You can put it behind your head. You can go to the ceiling, behind your back, on your hip. Just make sure if your hand's on the hip, we're not creeping that shoulder up. You want to keep it really anchored. We're here for about 10 more seconds. Chest stays facing forward. Eyes can be straight forward or at that right elbow. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and switch. Other side. Second set through. So now we're lying on the left side. Right leg is working. Side body is up. Top leg is straight. We start in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the leg, straighten it, and lift. So even before I started moving in this position, I already feel active. My left shoulder, my left side body, that whole bottom side, like oblique area. Even my left leg is working to push down into the mat to lift me up off of it so that I'm not sinking into the mat. And then obviously I did feel that right leg working to move the leg. 20 seconds to go here. Bend, lengthen, lift. Try to keep that space between your right rib and hip really long. Again, even if that means the movement smaller with the leg, we have 10 seconds to go. Everything tight, pulling to the center of the body. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back onto your back. We have that L sit up. So we're going to start with one leg up, one leg down. Legs are in an L, hands behind the head. We start in 5 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, and we're up. Now we're going to lower the chest, lift the chest, switch the legs. Lower, lift, switch. Lower, lift, switch. You're lifting the sternum straight up towards the toes. So less forward, more upward. Keep the elbows wide and go slow. Breathe however feels right to you, but it's out through your mouth and in through your nose. We have 15 seconds. 10 seconds to go. lift, slower, and switch. 5 seconds, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more time. Lying onto that right side, left leg is working. Last 3 minutes of work here. We're almost through this workout. So left leg in 4, 3, 2, last set here. Big bend, lengthen, and lift. Inhale, bend, exhale, press, and lift. So when you bend the leg forward, you're working the hip flexors, the muscles on the front of the hip. When you lift the leg, you're working those abductors, the muscles on the side of your hip. Foot is staying flexed the whole time. Double check, make sure it's parallel. We're not allowing the toes to point up to the ceiling. Bottom shoulder is away from the ear. The longer we're here, the more our bodies tend to sink down. So think of really, really pushing that right elbow down into the mat to lift your right side body up higher. Okay, we have 10 seconds to go here. Last time on this side, we're going to switch it one more time in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch. One last time, other side. So lying on the left side, right leg is moving. Get ready, we have 5 seconds. Flex the foot, straighten the leg all the way. 3, 2, and 1. So now we bend it, straighten it all the way, and then little lift. Bend, lengthen, and lift. This is my awkward side. This is actually my left side because I finally figured out how to mirror you guys and work on it. So this side for me is like a lot harder to feel that the correct things are happening. So I'm just going to take a little bit more like focus on where I am, where are my ribs, where are my shoulders, where are my hips, and kind of move around in it until I feel it into the right area. Hips are stacked. Sometimes that top hip likes to rotate forward a lot. So check in, see if you maybe pull the hip back an inch. Do you feel anything different? Play around with the position. If it doesn't feel right, adjust yourself. And you're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. We are on our back one more time. I'll turn on the floor and see if there's less inappropriate noise occurring. We have 5 seconds. You start in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we lower, lift, and switch. Last time. Lower, lift, and switch. Down, up, and switch. Feet flexed the entire time. Draw the navel down as you lift your chest up. Down, up, switch. Lift up even higher. This is your 3rd set, so you should be all the way up to those toes by now. Down, up, and switch. Flex that spine. Last chance here. Get those scapula off the mat. We have 10 seconds. Down, up, switch. Down, up, switch. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. Okay, we're going to stay on our back for a quick stretch. So we're going to take that right leg over the left ankle. Rotate that right leg away from you as much as you can, and then lift the left foot off the mat. Wrap your hands behind the thigh. Even if that means you have to lift the chest, but avoid grabbing onto the left shin. That can compress the knee joint, so let's always grab behind the thigh. Now start to rock side to side, stretching out your right outer glute and hip. And then we will switch. Take that left ankle over the right knee. You can start with the right foot down and just really drive that left thigh away from you. And then lift the right leg. Wrap your hands behind the thigh. Even if the fingers can't clasp or touch, that's okay. Flex the right foot a little bit and then gently rock side to side. Massaging out the low back, stretching out that left glute and hip. And then we'll come up to seated. We're going to face forward and open the leg. It doesn't have to be exaggeratedly big. Just go up where it feels natural or comfortable. We're going to walk the fingertips forward, keeping the spine straight. So we stretch the hamstrings. And we're just crawling those fingertips forward. Keep the gaze like right in between the forearms, a nice neutral neck. And then let's just walk the hands over to the right side. Hands are framing the right leg, pushing into the floor, squaring the shoulders and the hips. Walk the fingertips a little further forward to increase the stretch in that right hamstring. And then let's walk those hands over to the other side, frame the left leg. So your chest is facing towards your shin. Hips are pretty square on the mat, and then walk the fingertips a little further forward, feel a deeper stretch in the left hamstring. Okay, let's go ahead and come all the way up. Hands and knees. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat and cow. So let's start with our abs braced. You want to keep them pretty engaged here, and then you're going to go into a cow stretch rather. So you're going to bring your sit bones back and your sternum forward without excessively arching your back. Then we're going to tuck the chin to the chest, push into the mat, round the spine a lot, with a stretch in your back, and do one more. Keep your core muscles engaged as you arch. Sternum up, feel the stretch in your chest and your abs, and then round, push away from the mat, split the mat apart with your palms, and separate the shoulder blades. Come back to neutral, flat back. Let's tuck the toes, lift the knees, and then take a down dog. You just pedal out your feet a few times, stretching your calves. Trying to drive those heels to the mat. And then when you're ready, walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. We're going to bend the knees deeply, tuck the chin softly, and slowly restack the spine, coming all the way back up to standing. When you get to the top, rotate your shoulders back and down a few times, and you guys are all set. Awesome job. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? This week is freaking weird, man. It feels like a Monday.
It is Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday.
Oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. Okay. And Taco Tuesday? Oh, you just made my day, Christy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope you guys all drink a lot of tequila today, eat a lot of tacos. Thank you for joining me.
You deserve some margarita today.
Thursday.
What's that?
You deserve some margarita today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You too, girl. Nice work. Good to see you, Layla.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.